Welcome to another Dr. Honda video, and today we've got something special. We've got some new caliper covers on our 23 Honda CRV. Look at those beautiful wheels, beautiful red caliper covers on the brakes, very nice accents. So these covers are from AOOA Racing. I did a video before on this company, and they saw the video, they reached out to me, and they fixed a few issues we've had. And now I can finally recommend these products. They are great. They fit now. I'll show you guys how to install them in this video and give your guys' car a new sexy look. What do you guys think? I've been loving them so far. They look great. The metal look of the calipers, the quality, everything is super high. I just love the flair it gives to the car. So if you guys want to make this modification, tune in and let's get those changes made. So before, I used to have an issue with the fitment of the rear caliper cover. They've made some modifications, and I've measured the old ones versus the new ones. It's a few millimeters difference in that hook right there. That's going to finally allow us to clip it into place, and we don't have to completely distort the rear dust cover that's going around the brakes. We do have to bend it out a little bit, but only flexing it slightly, not to the point where we're going to damage anything. So we're going to jack up the car, get the wheel off, and start the install. So here is the rear brake, and you can see there's that dust cover right there, and here's the one on the back. I'm going to flex it a little bit with my finger. That needs to move out of the way so that these caliper covers can go into place. And they've shortened it like a few millimeters width-wise so that we don't have to like completely bend it out to fit. Here is the little bend out that I mentioned. Just pressing it slightly with your finger. It'll pop right back into place. No heavy movements. You don't want to distort that. Otherwise, it's going to be rubbing up against your disc, and then you're going to get some road noise. So here it is, back in place. Just pops right back. We never bent anything too hard, just slightly pushing it out of the way. And you do want to give these caliper covers a nice tap, pop them into place. They fit very perfectly, so you got to make sure it's all the way up into position. We're talking like within millimeters of being away from the disc and all. Once that's into place, we want to screw them down with the provided lug, and it's going to give you some tools. So we want to tighten that all the way until there's no space left between those. It is perfect fit, so it will compress the entire way. Don't leave any extra room. We don't want it to come loose. And those are tightening bolts. They come with a little bit of blue glue on the end of it, so they stay in place. And look at that fit. It's beautiful. Looking very nice. We'll get the wheel back on, and there we go. Not too hard of an install. You do need a jack, or you got to take it to the shop. But it's looking great. The front ones are super easy to install. No issues there. It's the rear ones that have that disc guard. So here I'm going to show you the entire video. This is the rear tire, but from beginning to end, the whole installation process. We've got our 3-ton jack, lifted up the car just a few inches, get the tire off. You do need an impact wrench, or at least a torque wrench. And then we're gonna shimmy this into place. You can see the dust cover is slightly flexing. We're gonna kind of push it gently so that it pops into place. Slowly applying pressure. This back right one was a bit harder to install than the other 3. You don't need to put too much pressure, but just slowly keep pushing until it pops into that position. You're going to want to like angle it as a upward and inward pressure. That way it's going to clip in as you're pressing in. You can see here, it's back and forth, pinch my hand a little bit there, but eventually it'll go into place. And even once it's in, you still want to kind of hit it a few times, make sure it's seated up and all the way into that groove. You'll know when it's there. It fits pretty snug. Then we're going to apply our clasp on the top, and only the bottom one exists at the beginning, and then the top one you shimmy into place and bolt in. So the top one's super easy to install because it's not permanently fixed to the cover, so you can just manually insert that one. Again, get it around that dust cover. Super important part here. See right there, that little movement upward and inward, that's gonna lock it into its final position. And then double check that it's seated all the way and not rubbing against the disc or anything. Very hard to do that unless you're just completely neglecting the install. Pretty straightforward. It does take a little bit of time because you have to take all 4 tires off one by one unless you have a shop where you can jack up your car. But we just got the 3-ton jack and we just 1 tire at a time. We'll go ahead and get that tightened down and then show you the moves. And in regards to the Mugen sticker that I have on mine, I'll leave a link in the description. I got those off Etsy. There is a custom vinyl maker, uses heat resistant vinyl. He will make those for you with whatever logo you want to place on them. You can write Honda on them, whatever you feel like. You can put your name on them. The sizes I used were 3.5 inches for the rear and 5 inches for the ones in the front. I'll leave his Etsy shop in the description. Order the AOOA calipers without the logo if you want to have your custom logo, or you can use their logo, whatever you want. So here it is in the front. Again, I've got those tightened down all the way. You can see the space between the clip and the disc, and perfect fit all the way around. There's a little bit of gray showing there on the bottom, but once your wheel's on, you don't see it too much. There we go. There it is, fully tightened. You don't leave any room behind. It will fit all the way. And then go ahead and put our beautiful wheel back on. You want to make sure we're just initially tightening these. You want to go in like a opposite pattern, so not in a perfect circle. And then you're going to want to get your torque wrench, tighten it to 80 foot-pound square torque, get it nice and safe. And then there we go. So see, once the wheel's on, it kind of covers that little gray piece. And beautiful, we got that perfectly installed. So thank you guys for watching this video. If you want to add some flair to your car, go ahead. You can get whatever color you want. They have tons of colors. Make sure you specify exactly which Honda CRV you have. If you got the hybrid sport touring, you need to tell them that because you're going to get slightly different set. And then you can order those custom decals if you want to make your own, and then go ahead and install them. But I think it really adds a nice look to the car. Also acts a little bit to keep your brakes cool. Not that we really need that, but slightly functional as well. And I did take my car to the mechanic after, and they're still able to check, you know, the brake thickness and all that without having to remove anything. So no issues there. They actually complimented the look of the car and everything when I took it to the Honda dealership. So check out the link in the description. I'm going to give you guys a coupon code so we can save a little bit of money, and let's get our CRVs looking fly. Thank you guys for watching.